DeKalb Police investigating after bullets started flying outside a sports bar and an officer opened fire. DeKalb Police tell us that an off-duty officer was working at DeKalb restaurant that's on Evans Mill Road when a fight broke out inside just after 3:30 in the morning. Now, as the officer was taking people out of the restaurant, gunfire broke out inside. That is when the officer called for backup. We're told people started running out into the parking lot. Gunshots continued in the back of the restaurant. Another officer arrived on scene, saw a person in the back shooting at a car that was driving off. Police tell us the gunman pointed his weapon at the lieutenant, and that is when the police officer shot the gunman. The suspect, though, was not hit. He was taken into custody along with another person involved in the fight.